Welcome to 3-Word Story. I'm James.
I'm Dylan.
And this is the podcast where we take 3 words from the app.
What 3 words?
And improv the shit out of a story.
Today on 3-Word Story. No nudity is nuded. Please, get our two.
Sorry. no nudity is nuded. No. But let me take you to a rural back garden in buttfuck of England somewhere.
That really set the scene.
Buongiorno, El Dilio of Dillington Town, a new dildo. How are you this fine, wondrous, and sensational Friday?
You know what? You always sound so cheery, and you come up with interesting ways to introduce me, and then I'm like, yeah, James, I'm good. How are you?
But this is how our podcast goes. It's I come in hot with a silliness, and you go, I wasn't expecting this. It's only the 9th time we've done it. And yes, it's a good day, James. Thank you very much.
Thank you for saying town this time and not Shire.
It's a man, actually, Jeff. And we move on. So, Dylan, it's Friday. It is the weekend eve. And of course, it is podcast day. So today, we decided to find a place where one of our favorite films is based, or something specific about an film.
Yes.
So there was some scope to do whatever the heck you wanted to. Dylan, what film did you choose? And what location? And why?
Well, James, I actually realized that I might have a favorite director because the films I thought of, he actually directed multiple of those, and I only figured it out afterwards. And I was like, oh, shit.
I wonder why you were just sat in the corner in complete disbelief of this realization that you have suddenly had. Say what?
Yeah, so Sean Levi. I'm not sure. Like
Levi.
L-E-V-Y.
The jeans? Because I gotta. Sorry. Levi Jenkins, no. So Levi, so Sean Levy. I don't know. I'll be very honest. I have no idea.
Well, let me kind of just give you a history of the movies that he has directed.
Yes,
it
please.
is like the most, not the most recent one.
The most recent one is Dylan. I like this.
Would be Deadpool and Wolverine. He was the director. Adam Project, Cheaper by the Dozen, Pink Panther, The Internship. Right, just to list a few.
And for everyone who is listening, he's not reading anything. He's staring me deep into my eyes and gripping the sides of the table quite intensely.
Those were the most consecutive words I've ever said without pausing.
It was like you were reading the inside of your own brain.
Right.
You just had the IMDb page ingrained there.
Yeah, so no,
that was terrifying, Dylan. That was truly terrifying.
Just seeing me open my eyes wider and just reading.
Local man abuses many people in shopping mall whilst repeating films of Sean Levi. Levy. Yeah. So you love his films, don't love his name so much. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So the epiphany that you were found a favorite director. How do you feel about that? Did you feel stronger, weaker, indifferent?
No, so actually, I guess there's a certain theme, there's a feel-goodness about his movies. So I think that's what I gravitate towards. I'm not.
Isn't Cheaper by the Dozen about orphans?
It's not about orphans. No, it was all out of one vagina. Yes,
it was out of what that one.
It's one person having 12 children. Yes.
Okay. And I know how much you love wide vaginas, so that makes so much sense why you would love that film.
Yeah.
Okay. It was going to go one way.
Movie, but sure.
It was going to go one way or another, Dylan. You're either going to love orphans or you're going to love wide vaginas. So it was probably the best of any situation that it was wide vaginas. So speaking of wide vaginas, what is your favorite film and what have you gone for?
Well, the one that I went for was The Internship. Right? Internship, that's the movie where Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson they are veteran salesmen and they decide to kind of apply for an internship at Google, kind of bullshitting their way into the program, but nevertheless, they kind of learn and they have their ways about them. And
there's some yucks and chucks on the way. So, out of 5 Ds, what would you consider this film?
Oh, look, I've got many categories of D's. No. No. So a comedy films, I would probably say 4 out of 5. Yeah,
4 out of 5 D's for the internship. Yeah. Wow, D.
D's are good, right?
Yeah, D's are. We assume so in this situation. We'll ask your phone book if it is or not.
Yeah, I'm just asking if it's received
for a friend. I'm just asking for a friend. Is my D's good?
I don't know.
Yeah, I just can you tell me? Can you show me? 4 D's for the internship.
Yes.
So specifically, then, what location have you chosen?
So the head offices, the global headquarters of Google.
Huh. Okay, so you probably had quite a large range to choose from that area.
Yes, however, I normally kind of stick to the rule of the block on the app that it lands on. I try and not click more than 3 blocks away. Like I
okay, so you're relatively strict about your blockage. That's good to hear. I mean, this is probably a good time to explain, re-explain.
Yes, re-explain. Fair.
What we actually do to get these words. So the intro has been wrong for now 7 episodes. Completely my fault. I've got no one else to blame. Purely my fault. I know it's been wrong for 2 or 3 episodes.
Yeah, but I've been listening to you say it wrong. So what have I missed?
So the app is called What 3 Words that we use.
Yes.
I say in the intro,
These 3
words.
Oh, goodness.
So wrong. So wrong.
3 words,
so, I mean, there is no chance of getting...
What 3 words?
What 3 words? What 3 words? So that is something that I need to adjust and change, I admit. And well, maybe...
No wonder we haven't gotten sponsored yet.
Yeah, out of the 4 listeners that we have had so far, why wouldn't someone have been from What 3 Words? So What 3 Words is the app where anywhere on Earth has a small square, a couple of meters by a couple of meters, and is given 3 random words. So
Instead of coordinates.
So it's like a fun play on coordinates, because who wants to hear, 54 by north, 85
69.
by west? Ew, 69, yes. 69, 69. Ew, yes. That's not fun. I want to hear leopard, cheetah, antelope. There's no, I mean, that would be a very...
That would be a dead giveaway.
I mean, in fact, right, I'm going to try and find, right now, I have What 3 Words right in front of me, which is a website and an app. I'm going to try and find now what cheetahs, antelope, and what was the other one I said? Lion. Or we'll go lion. Let's see if this is
Well, I don't know. I went with words that I can spell, James. You went with antelope, and I'm like, why the fuck would you go with
Right, go on then, try.
Antelope.
No, don't just say it in a slow voice. Say, what do you believe? Spell antelope.
You spell it as you say it, antelope.
So, the first letter is
A.
The second letter?
N.
The third letter?
T.
The next letter?
I'm going to say
E, and then the rest of the letters you should be able to...
L-O-P-E.
Oh, yeah, like
Antelope.
You got it. Antelope. So, cheetahs, antelope, and lion take us to a forest in... I have no idea where, Dylan. I'll be very honest, I have no idea. But these 3 words are 3 words. So if we ever find ourselves in the deep plains of what appears to be New Barag, Left Banner, it's somewhere in China. So
I wanted to say.
So these 3 words
sounds familiar.
That's just next to Hollenbeer and Ulaanbaatar. It's actually just on the border of Mongolia. In fact, it is in Mongolia. Silly me. So it's in Mongolia. So just on the border between Mongolia and China. I have no idea what the fuck we're talking about, but that is how you use these 3 words. Yes. You take 3 words.
That was a live example.
A live example in the moment. So we choose a place. That place gives us 3 words and we make the story. We will correct it in the intro from now on. Probably. So, Dylan, your 3 words from Google's
headquarters. Located in California, I believe. Like if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But anyway, flags. Races and artist.
Ooh, okay, that conjures some things in emotion. That's nice. Okay, all right. So good 3 words. So my film, Dylan, is one of my favorites of all time. I don't know if you've seen this. I don't know how many D's you would give this. Hot Fuzz.
Yes.
You have seen Hot Fuzz.
I thoroughly enjoy the plot and obviously the little fucking comedy.
All right, my lover.
All
Like,
right, my
so
lover.
out of how many D's,
Is that
Dylan?
Hagrid?
I shouldn't have said that. How many D's would you give off the top of your head Hot Fuzz?
Yeah, probably. I mean, let's say 3.5. I don't know. Maybe it's the like. Well, I don't know if it's just the fact that it's British film, but yeah, in terms of the plot and yeah, maybe in terms of the acting, yeah, the acting wasn't bad. So yeah, let's say 3.5.
Okay. I mean, I've not seen The Internship, but I can promise you you're wrong. There is no way the Internship is 4 Ds and Hot Fuzz is 3.5 Ds. So
right.
I know it's your scale. It is named after Ds of Sir Dillingtonshire, El Dildo, whatever. You're wrong. So
it's El Capitan.
Yeah, so El Dilpitan. So for anyone who doesn't know, from the listeners in Japan, we've had a listener in Japan,
yes.
Our listeners in Uzbekistan, and all these listeners in randomly around the world.
Yes.
Hot Fuzz is a movie based in my home county in England, Somerset. And the film itself is based in a village, in quotation marks, called Sanford, which is a real place in Somerset, but it's filmed in the city of Wells. Now, the city of Wells, not really a city. It was back in the good old days.
Are there any wells? Did you say wells?
There is wells. I assume there has been at some point wells. I don't think there's any active wells they have running water now. But it was in the good old days where you could just build a cathedral and claim yourself to be a city. And that's what they did.
That's fair.
But a whacking great cathedral, called himself a city. And it's one of those cities that they really like to be like, no, we are a city. We are a city.
Are a
but
city of 40,000 people.
Yeah, they've got like a small man syndrome of cities. You know, like yeah. So
like I do.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say anything.
Yeah, but hey, listen, I could see where you were pointing at that, James.
Yeah,
so
downwards because
that was too funny. Fuck it.
So based in Wales, but the fictional village of Sanford. So I chose the pub that is in the shootout in Hot Fuzz, which actually is real. It is in the city of Wells. I've been there. They have some memorabilia of Hot Fuzz.
That's pretty cool.
It's very British. I based it there. Now, I've gone a bit rogue with this one, Dylan. Gone a little bit rogue. And I know how you hate how rogue I can be sometimes.
Yes.
This is obviously a 3-word story. But as it took me to this place, and you know, sometimes you click around a couple of squares near the area just to see.
You're going to do that mile.
Just to see the what?
Oh, no, sorry. I'm thinking of Paul. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of similar actors. Like, who are the actors? It's like Nick
Frost,
and
Simon Pegg. Yeah. So I've stayed in the pub,
anyway, sure.
but I selected one square, and I selected the square right next to it. And I thought, this is a great opportunity for the first ever 3-word story that is actually a 6-word story.
All right. Thank goodness you just said 6.
It's 1.5-word story. And we have sadly hedgehog winks. And we also have
sadly hedgehog winks.
Yes. How sadly. A hedgehog
Why wink
winks.
Then? Anyway, sure.
I don't know. Maybe it's a stroke. That is a sad wink after all. Maybe it's ducks conjured hopes. These were right next to each other, Dylan. I could not miss this opportunity of a story to miss sadly hedgehog winks and combine it with ducks conjured hopes.
All right.
Okay, so for the first time ever, we're going to have a 6-word story. Because they relate. And I thought, why the fluff not? And because, Dylan, I admit, last week I gave you an IQ test, and that was a malicious thing for me to do. I knew what I was doing there. I knew what corner I was backing you into there. I knew that it's going to be trouble. I was hoping that I'd be pleasantly surprised, but I wasn't.
No.
It was exactly how I expected it to go, and for that, I decided to put in extra work this time. So I'm gonna go 6-word story. We're gonna have some production value involved in this. I don't know how it will go because we will improv the shit out of this story, and that is genuine. I have a couple of notes about hedgehogs and ducks, and that's pretty much it as I have for a story. So we'll see how it goes. But to begin with, Dylan, we need to decide whom will take the first story in today's 3-word story. So we've had Dobble. We've had the randomizer of the fingers behind the back. We've had the suite. Can't even remember what it was called. That seems like forever ago.
Tom-Tom.
A Tom-Tom suite. Today, Dylan, We're going top trumps. We're going. Don't worry.
I actually knew the answer.
You knew this in top trumps, of course. It's not going to be a full game of top trumps, as the last one we did lasted about an hour, and that was a sad sight.
Just remind me who won.
I believe you fluked it.
No,
You fluked it. It was beginner's luck, after all, as
too.
I am fluke off.
Yeah.
And this happens. It's a game of champions, but there can be some luck involved. But we're not going to play a whole game. We're going to do best out of 3, as usual, because 3 is the magic number, and I've just given a shuffle, and I will let you choose which 3 cards you want. I haven't seen them. There we go. Let's pick your 3 cards. Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
I was just pushing these. You sure you know what these 3?
Those away on that end of the table. But
so
sure.
You just only look at the first one.
Oh goodness! These are
How
not the.
goodness.
No, these are not the.
No, this
the
is
top
not the
trumps.
Dubai ones. No, this is Harry
goodness.
Potter top trumps. So top trumps, we have 3 cards each.
All right.
And we don't know the other cards the other one has, obviously. You have to just pick the top one. And
Okay.
we will have a character, and we need to try and find the highest number of these points. So we
Right.
have
Got it.
magic, we have cunning, we have courage, we have wisdom, and we have temper. I'll be very honest with you, Dylan. I have no idea what constitutes as a good score or what constitutes as a bad score. But we will find out in Top Trumps Harry Potter. I will let you go first.
Right. So we are going for highest number.
Yeah, highest number in all
My
of them.
name is all of them.
Yeah.
All right.
Fuck
In that
it.
case, I will go for magic.
Magic. How much magic you got, boy?
52.
52. Shiver my timbers. Well, Professor Trelawney has a magic of 22. What a cow.
Wonderful.
1-0
So,
to you,
wonderful.
Dylan. Put
Thank
your card
you.
down. On to the next one.
Cornelius Fudge. you
Oh,
old-
what a fudge packer. So, next one. I admit I have fuck me, these are terrible cards. Jesus.
Well, that's
wow.
fine. Okay, you know what, James?
You picked
I
well.
think in all honesty, I think I'm just going to claim this victory right
Okay,
now.
well, give
Because
me. What have you got?
what? No. Let's get serious. So let's call it magic.
Oh, ho, ho. Hit me. What have you got?
80.
Oh, damn. Cho Chang. Oh, freaking J.K. Rowling's attempt
J.
at getting
Carl.
some diversity
I
in
know
there.
what
She
you
was
think.
like, what could I name my Chinese Scottish student? Cho Chang. Cho Chang. Which you ask anyone from Essex what they call cocaine. I'm pretty sure that's what they
Let's say
call
Cho
it.
Chang.
They have some Cho Chang.
Cho
Chang. Right.
Right.
Look, you've won, but we'll just play the last card anyway.
sure, why
We'll
not?
just, for safe face.
You know what? We'll go for courage.
And how much
and
courage
I
you got?
will give you a 36 from Ginny Weasley.
Ginny Weasley. Well, Ginny, you slag, you lose, because I have a courage of 38. You wimp. 2-1. I'll take it. Mr. Dillington, L. Dillface, Dittler, take it away with story number 1. Please remind the audience at home in Japan or Uzbekistan or Perth, Australia, or wherever the F you 3 people are, please remind them of your 3 words.
So, to remind you of my 3 words, it's flags, races, and artist. So,
Take it away, Ernie.
Drop it down low with 3-word story.
taking us back to Rome, 11 BC.
Mm-hmm.
Augustus, an emperor known to be firm but fair. However, the story paints a slightly different picture.
Here we are in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
Slightly
Little
different.
fat boy, Augustus
Yeah.
Gloop.
So Rome, known for their extravagant events in and around the Colosseum, chariot racing being the main event. I don't know if you've seen movies like Ben-Hur or The Gladiator, or
I am aware of them.
I'm aware of them, but yeah, chariot racing.
It's now actually Ben, her / him.
Ben-
They had to rename it. Yeah.
Bend them.
Yeah, Ben, Tem,
Them,
but
them.
it's him / her. So they've had to be all inclusive with Ben her, unfortunately.
yeah.
But hey, that's
There we go.
wokeness.
That
for you.
one's for you, Dad.
Yeah.
Anyway, so known for their extravagant events in and around the Colosseum for their chariot racing, their ticket sales have seen a bit of a slump. and it needed to be fixed because lately the amphitheater next door has been attracting way too much attention.
From the chariot races.
Yeah, from the chariot races. So Emperor Augustus called a meeting with some of his closest advisors and called them together and saying, men, those drama geeks from next door are stealing the show. So we need a simple way to draw more attention to our annual chariot race.
Mm-hmm. I love your Roman accent, by the way.
Because that's how they sound.
Yes, yeah.
I kind of thought, in all honesty, well, am I going to go Italian? But then but according to the movies, this is what they sound like.
It's Roman speak.
This is Roman speak. I don't know why.
It doesn't have the same approach when you're kind of, hey, you knocked me off my chariot, you idiot.
That one's for you, Doug.
Hey, whoever wins, I get a lasagna.
Look, I can do it again.
Yes, please.
All right. Elise and her men. Those drama geeks from next door are stealing the show. We need a simple way to draw more attention.
I 100% prefer this version, by the way. And I say that we go back and we do a feature-length dub of Gladiator in an Italian accent, and we'll coming to YouTube near you. It's be taken down immediately for copyright, but fuck it.
Anyway, so Nero, you might have heard of him, you might not, but an advisor known for his wisdom. And it might sound like the same voice, but it's not. I'm going to try and do a different one.
They're from the same town. They're naturally going to sound similar.
No, that's Bane.
Don't do Bane, for fuck's sake. We can't stop mentioning Bane, right?
So...
Dude, right, quickly. I want Italian Bane. You've put yourself in the corner now. I want Italian Bane. If you're going to bring him up every 5 seconds, go.
So no, but higher. How can we compete with the amphitheater next door?
Yo.
There are beautiful women involved in this play, and she shows a good amount of cleavage. and in Act 2, Scene 2, you can actually see a bit of side boob. Her name is Amber. I've seen the play a couple of times.
Second name theatre.
Anyways, then Maximus stood up and said, you know what? If nudity is the answer, I can show my penis. And he stood up and he said, sit down, said Augustus. And now he was back to the English version of Augustus.
He came on that pretty quickly.
No nudity is nuded. Please, get our two...
Sorry. No nudity is nuded.
No nudity is needed.
It's not nuded here. So, sorry. I've been interjecting too much. I apologize. Can you just...
No, sure.
Right, so we have Augustus. We have an amphitheater and we have the Colosseum.
Yeah.
The Colosseum is losing clients to those of the amphitheater.
To those in the amphitheater who has Chloe, who shows some side boob, probably not on purpose, but needless to say, it is
sex
theater,
sells, even in Roman times.
Hey.
Okay.
So, to attract more attention back, he said, all right, let's get our two best creatives on it to see in which way we can drag a bit more attention, or take a bit more attention, draw is the word, draw a bit more attention from the amphitheater next door. So the advisors then proceeded to select 2 men, artists, that could then come up with a creative idea to draw some attention away from the amphitheater for the annual chariot races. So the men selected a man from Greece who has done some work in Athens as a sculptor, and another man from what they now know as Trinidad and Tobago.
Fucking hell, he got around a bit. Okay.
So, this particular man from this Trinidadian, known for his textile works, painting, sculptures, also in and around the city, and also for known for rolling a mean blunt, instructed with the mission to design and come up with an artistic idea, obviously, to then do this. They had 6 months until the annual Talladega Night chariot races.
And how many Ds out of 5 would you give that film?
Probably a 3.5.
Yeah, I thought you fucking would.
3. Man, I'm a champion. I'll win. And so, hard at work. After about 6 months, with a couple of days out, they were set to present to Emperor Augustus. The Greek man named Alexander presented first. He presented them with a material that resembles that of a shirt, however much larger yet lighter. So woven polyester, yes, they had polyester back then.
I'm not questioning it, it's fine.
That would move as the wind blows, then using multiple colors to then attract the attention of the crowd.
It's not reading, it's improv. It's complete improv.
This is definitely so.
Did you see that paper airplane just fly through the sky then and make a page folding noise? That was incredible.
Yeah, so...
So Augustus turned the page.
So the Trini man, named George...
Yeah.
A Trini man named George, then in shock, realized Alexander had copied his idea. Outraged, trying to make his point, he explained that this is the same basis of what he was doing, right? So he explained this, the same basis of his idea, which he used to further create a figure resembling a tall man, known today as the inflatable tube man. So unleashing a prototype he built on the outside of this building, fluttering in the wind, and all the advisors and emperors looking at this monstrosity. What sorcery is this? Even Mervin van der Mervin. Yeah.
Van der Mervin.
Merlin's
beard.
Merlin. Even Merlin was surprised.
And everyone else was. What the fuck are you doing here, Merlin? In ancient Rome?
I honestly don't know where he's from. He's like Lancelot's side, right? So he's up.
Yeah, he's Lancelot's mate. Yeah, he's Lancelot's mate. He's down from Sherwood Forest, mate. He's been doing not stuff down in England.
Shocked by the sorcery. Dead silence. Waiting for the emperor to respond. You guys had 6 months. What was that?
You've gone back to American Gladiator now.
Yeah.
You come past 6 months.
I almost went Liam Neeson with that one.
Yeah. Go on, let's bring back the Italian for the last time. Come on, let's go back in. Let's get back into character.
All right. Hey, you guys had the 6 months to come up with an idea to attract attention, and this is the best that you can come up with. This is absolutely pathetic. It's pronounced pathetic. I do not care.
He's an emperor after all.
Pathetic either way. So let's proceed with the shirt-style fabric that moves in the wind. It is too late now. We move forward.
It's odd because this emperor's all of a sudden gone South Africans.
That is true. But sure. But sire, have you considered both options carefully enough, as the tube man clearly draws more attention? His response? It is a plain and simple. I do not like the color of this man's face, pointing to the Trini man. So this is the story of the selected artists with their flags, in which the first public display of racism So
Can't
much
call
so,
it racist origins, Dylan.
so much so that the flag has been used for thousands of years. And the Tube Man only made its debut at the 1996 Summer Olympics from an artist from Trinidad and Tobago.
Why?
And I'm not sure if this will ever see the light of day. I wanted to give it a bit more of a backstory. So, because in all honesty, I looked at flags and then races, and then I was like, well, that's races or races. And then I was like, artist, and then I was like, race artist, and then I was like, racist. And then
No, you didn't.
I promised you. I sat there and I thought, man, this is probably wrong. I should not proceed with this. And that's why I did it anyway. Yeah. So this is James sweating in front of me, being like,
literally, what? Oh, fuck. I said, this is why you asked me, could we get cancelled?
yes, even before we
Before we even get started.
We just lost our audience, the 4 members listening. Yeah.
Right. I mean, look, man, right. Let's track back a second.
All right.
Was what you said inappropriate? No, I don't think so, because this is why.
Yeah.
You are only explaining the potential origins, the alleged origins of the diabolical thing of racism, you know? Yeah. And it could be that the Tube Man, as we know it, I mean, who knows how it was blowing up in the air without an electrical fan, but we don't know. We weren't there. Maybe that's why Merlin was there, to do some magic. And hey, racism had to start somewhere. So who's to say that it wasn't Italy? And let's be honest, Italy can be a little bit racist sometimes. I mean, look, I'm just saying, right?
Well, there goes Giuseppe, and we just lost him.
Yeah, fuck. And
actually, I think after my accents, I think we might have lost.
Actually, fuck it. No, look, if I look at the geography of where people listen, not one in Italy.
Not one in Italy.
Fuck them, you big racists. So, hey, it's good to know where racism may have come from. I don't think we can call it racist origins, but to know where the word of racism potentially came from, what was it? Racist is a
race artists that were in a duel to get to a flag, and ironically enough, the flag was not even invented in this particular story. So we had to invent the flag to create the fucking Tube Man, to create the story of the feud of the 2 artists creating a flag for the race. Okay. Yeah, which is the race artist.
Which turned out into racism. The more I think about it, the more that I'm going to double down with you that it's not offensive in any way, shape or form to anyone. And actually, it really highlights the suppression of some ethnic people. So let's move on immediately. What a fantastic story.
Thank you.
What was your 3 words?
Yeah, so it was flags.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Races.
Makes sense.
And artists. Like 2 artists and races.
That was very well stitched together, I must say.
Stitched. That was good.
Thank you. I meant that 100%.
Yes.
So,
hit us, James, please.
Drop it down low with 3-word story.
My story.
Oh, yes, 6-word
story. Welcome to 6-Word Story, the podcast where we take 6 words from the app, What 3 Words, and we improv the shit out of this story. Today, I've been a naturist / conservationist, and for once, Dylan, I'm going to be serious. Mm-hmm. I've got a message for the masses. And no nonsense, no edgy humor, no shenanigans.
Why don't you then just go broadcast for the BBC then?
Well, maybe I will after this, Dylan, because you are going to be blown away by the production value.
Okay.
The core deep messages that I am going to share with you right now. Through the medium of storytelling.
Okay. You're going to take me through the various levels and nooks and crannies of. I do not know where I was going with this.
I could see that sentence.
I just
falling off the wayside. So let me start with some facts. Okay, so I want this to be educational for everyone at all points, and I need to share with you some traits of what will be my two main characters. One shall be a hedgehog. One shall be a duck. Okay.
Surprise.
So, because the three words, I didn't just pull them out my ass. And I'm glad I didn't pull a hedgehog out my ass because that would hurt. So, here's some facts that you may not have known about hedgehogs. Hedgehogs are lactose intolerant. They are nocturnal. Hedgehogs can hibernate. A baby hedgehog is called a hoglet. Hedgehogs have between 5,000 and 7,000 spines. The little prickly things on their back, not like a long bone. That would be ridiculous. A group of hedgehogs is called an array. Or what would you call them?
A huddle.
A huddle. No, that would be very prickly. You don't want to huddle with hedgehogs. That's very silly. They can walk over 2 miles in one night. I don't know what the fuck this means, but their name suits their character, which actually, when I searched Dylan, it said the exact same thing. The name suits the character. And obviously they have sharp spines on their back. So essentially what you get from a hedgehog, they are quite insular characters. They stay by themselves. They kind of walk in the night. And they're a bit prickly. Firm, harsh to the touch. Other animals would avoid because they're going to hurt you. Okay? That's what everyone's preconceived notions are. Now, on the other hand, Dylan, ducks. Ducks.
Assholes.
So duckling, actually, well, fuck you, says all ducks.
Yeah.
Because ducklings are loving siblings and communicate with each other before hatching. So they're even talking to each other in eggs.
Geese.
Geese. Oh, no, geese now are motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Those honkies will get you, and they will nab at you, and they will snap your arm, as famously they can do. So stay away from geese. But ducks, on the other hand, are...
I can just imagine that's what people in the UK worry about. Like we've got lions down south, and you guys are like, just watch out for them fucking geese.
Yeah. It's like a public announcement. It'd be like on the TV, it'd be like, man, if you're going out at night, make sure you take your goose stick with y'all, because a goose can be hiding around any corner at any time. Honk, honk, honk.
Watch out, Harry.
Yeah.
Harry, be aware.
Harry, there's a goose behind that. I don't know what happened there. It's essentially like a poorly zoomed in film of a kid walking in the night, and it's like really low budget going in that, and then all of a sudden zoom in on the goose's face, honk, 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 and then the next scene is just a freshly dug grave with the word Timmy on the gravestone. Stay away from gooses and they'll stay away from you. It's probably a big issue in Scotland as well. So, that's geese. We're talking about ducks.
Sorry, ducks.
Freaking ducks.
Right.
Free from human intervention, ducks can live up to 20 years. And this is a direct quote from the internet, and I felt this was very pointed.
Ducking amazing.
Not so amazing. I felt like...
Right.
I was a bit like, all right. It felt a bit like a duck's PR business had written this line.
Okay.
It just said, ducks have better vision than you do. Like,
yeah,
you don't know
100%.
me. You don't know me.
Yeah.
How did why?
Because I am
me?
actually.
I have
blind.
incredible vision.
Yeah.
No. Who said that? I have incredible vision.
What are you, deaf?
So, who's there? So, I did say I was a bit insulted by that, but hey,
better than you do.
But
all right.
The main point here I'm trying to make, Dylan, is ducks are social creatures. They love each other. They're kind. They're friendly. Okay. That's the backstory of the animals. So, Dylan, let me take you back. Sorry, not take you back. Let me take you to a garden in rural England. Shit, sorry. Wrong one. sorry. That's this one, right? I told you we have production here. So this is royalty-free music. We're allowed to play this. This is all fine. So we won't get sued 8 podcasts in. But let me take you to a rural back garden in buttfuck of England somewhere.
That really set the scene.
We have a lovely cottage, old, beautiful stone. And in this back garden, we have a beautifully fenced area, bushes, little stream, and in the corner, a little cozy hedgehog tucked into the corner, enjoying his life. Now, the thing with this hedgehog, and for all intents and purposes, we'll call him Hogrid, because I know how much you love Hagrid. So we have little Hogrid. And Hogrid was brought in by accident in a bag of chippings one day when they were doing the landscaping in the back garden. So little Hogrid, bless him, he's been stuck in there for months. No other creatures. They're freshly put in fences. Nothing can get in. Nothing can get out. We have long grass, flowers, bumblebees, but we have little Hogrid in the corner by himself. Now little Hogrid, he's a bit lonely. No one to speak to. And it makes him feel a little bit alone. Insular. Sad little Hogrid. Now, on the other side of the fence, we have a lovely pond. We have frogs. We have ducks. We have swans. We have all kinds of wildlife playing and dancing and swimming around. So beautiful, you can picture it.
You really know how to set the scene.
Thank you. You can see the sun glistening in the water. Frogs frolicking from lily pad to lily pad. It's truly beautiful. A scene of
Whatever
rural
frolicking
England.
is.
I'll show you later.
Okay. Please don't.
Bend over. So, it's beautiful rural England. And the ducks fly from the sky, skim along the water, and have fun and merrily play. The ducks notice as they fly by little lovely and lonely Hogrid. And he looks up and he winks at them and wishes them a merry day. And that is how it is for months and days beyond. And this is just how it is, Dylan. The ducks are social, they're playing, they're having a lovely and wonderful time. And poor little Hogrid is sat by himself. Now, it's bonfire night.
Bonfire night means?
Bonfire night. Oh,
Boom,
shit.
tequilas.
It's exactly... So, bonfire night. Oh, shit. Okay, right, hang on. Lesson time. So...
What the fuck is going on?
So bonfire night, Dylan. So this is apt music for this. So back in the olden days, there was a little naughty rascal called Guy Fawkes. Okay? Guy Fawkes was, in all intents and purposes, a terrorist. Okay? So what he attempted to do...
And also you being legitly serious.
No,
now,
this
like,
is true.
it's
This is
true.
look,
Okay,
this
sure.
is I'm just telling you.
I'm just
that
thinking
this-
because I can, yeah. I thought you were gonna kind of compare the character, and I thought it was a character. I thought you were gonna compare it to Andy from Toy Story, or not Andy. What's the guy? Sid. I think it's Sid from Next Door who fucking tortures the toys. Yeah. But anyway, sure.
Yeah. So not Sid from Toy Story.
right.
That's not where all bases of history come from, Dylan, for the last time.
Sorry.
This is real history. So, Guy Fawkes. Back in the day, he was angry at Parliament. I can't remember why, but he planned to bomb the shit out of the Houses of Parliament. But, alas, at the last second, his plot was thwarted, in fact. I tried to do a forks and thwarted thing, didn't really work. And to celebrate that day, we celebrate Guy Fawkes Day, the day where he was to blow up the Houses of Parliament, but failed. The gun plot treason never happened. So on that day, in November the 5th, remember, the 5th of November, as the tune goes, the fireworks are let off. Guy Fawkes is burned at stake, which, now I'm saying it, pretty fucking weird, actually. I don't think anyone does that anymore. I think we've kind of...
Yeah, I think we've moved away.
Yeah, because... It was weird because England has a history that is not to do with anything burning or lobotomizing anyone. So
No.
basically that is what the Guy Fawkes night is. So there we go. There's a little bit of
a
little bit of history
listening.
for you. There we go. So
Good.
it's Guy Fawkes night. Fireworks and Chinese lanterns. Basically fire hazards. And little hedgehog, Hogrid, sat in the corner and he's just shivering away, just wanting this to end with the bam and the pop and the psh. And then all of a sudden, this Chinese lantern just floats down into the back garden, which is obviously a flame and fabric,
Thank you for explaining the...
and lands on the wooden fences. And a fire ignites. Fire starts to spread through the back garden. Little Hogrid is scared and frightened, running from one side of the garden to the other, not knowing what to do. Now, little Hogrid has no friends. He is lonely, he is prickly, he is spiky. And the little duck on the other side of the fence that I forgot to mention earlier, who is a great guy, quacks. Little hedgehog, are you okay? Help me, says little hedgehog. And the duck speaks to his friends, what can we do? And they start pecking at the fence as hard as they can. Now, a duck's beak is sharp, but not that sharp.
Yeah, I know.
Mr. Little Hogrid says to them, please help me, carry me out of here, save me. And they say, no, Mr. Little Hedgehog, Mr. Hogrid, we know how prickly and how spiky you are, and we don't want to touch you. We will hurt us, you will affect us, and it will hurt our poor little webbed feet. And he says, no, please, trust me, I know I don't speak to you. I know I'm different. I know I'm not like you, but I promise I won't hurt you when I touch you. So, as the fire starts to spread, starts to burn, the ducks look at each other and they quack and they say,
and
okay.
They went for it.
And they
Great.
said, okay. And they fly over and down and they gather up little, lovely, beautiful, wonderful Hogrid, and they set him out to the pond, and they take him to their lovely little paddock and keep him safe.
Right. The previous one, I was ready for Jack Sparrow to enter.
And that would have been, you would have loved that.
Oh, yes.
So little Hogrid sits there in their lovely little duck paddock, and he thanks them. Thank you for conjuring up hope in me. And the ducks look at each other and they say, well, little Hogrid, we had the wrong idea of you. We saw this prickly, lonely character.
No, we just want to touch you.
And and then they banged him. So the point I'm trying to make here, Dylan, as I'm sure you can probably cotton on, that don't judge a book by its character. Little Hogrid was not a bad, spiky character. He could be trusted, and treated the right way, a little hedgehog can be picked up without prickling you. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, communicate with each other. Don't judge a book by its character. And most of all, stay radical.
Enter Disney.
So that is my 6-word story. Now, as I said, I have 2 to 3 sentences in front of me. So I think that story went slightly faster than I expected it to, but it's okay. I think that I missed the introduction of my duck character, but whatever. I had a whole mental bio for him. He was a great guy. I had voices, but I fucked it. I completely fucked it. So, hey ho, these things happen. That was a security guard that just walked past.
Yeah, but I'm just kind of going back to the fact that you think you fucked it. This was a fucking fantastic. And by the way, for the people not knowing, I was just pointing at this McGafter thingy in front of me that
was that Afrikaans, a McGafter thingy?
No, is that not a word?
McGafter? No, I just think you've just made that up.
It's like a thingamajig,
or
what you call it.
Yes,
anything in that line.
Anything of those gibberishes. Well, that's fair enough.
I think it went great. Yeah,
I did some production value. I just thought I put a little bit more effort this time because 100%. I admit last time.
So now you set a president, and
I did set a president. The president is me. President. Yes, presidente. So, Dylan, next time, let's look at somewhere where we've been embarrassed before. So somewhere where we felt a little bit silly. Things have happened and we've been like, a bit red-faced, you know what I mean?
This is a long list, James.
Yeah, I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I thought so. You were going to have to think hard and fast of where. And look, we can do somewhere where we've been embarrassed too another time. You know, like I've got plenty of places where I pissed, shit, and vomited. So we're going to bring that back sometime. It's my favorite band. Yeah. We'll play my favorite band, Piss, Shit, and Vomited. Thank you for listening to 3-Word Story. So, Dylan, the speakers as the headphones with the microphone. Out of 5 ears, what would you class that as? Obviously, it's the first one I've showed you, so you don't have to commit to it. But out of 5 ears,
well, considering it's the first one, do I have to rank them, or am I just giving a?
I tell you what, we'll do rankings at the end of what you would put into production for noisy, deaf, things, devices, noisy deaf devices. Okay,
Things.
deaf device, or more like these are maybe not deaf, because if you're deaf, right? These are like hard of hearing devices
Yes, yeah.
that
I
wear
get you.
you can wear it with a little bit, right? So which one are we going to do next? Which one can we choose? So this one I actually worked with the NFL, the National Football League in America, to do, because for these
NHL.
it's
The
all
National
hockey.
Hall League.
I don't know why Hordes would do that, but hey ho. So this is, I had the idea, but I thought, who could actually accommodate this kind of deaf device? And I thought it was only really going to be National Football League players because of their shoulder pads and their broad shoulders. So this was the next picture, right? So please, to say what you see here. So say what you see here.
Right, so I see a large man playing for Texas, like the Cowboys, I assume. Yeah. However, he has got a traditional mariachi band on each of his shoulders.
Yes, so he has a 5-piece mariachi band on. So what the idea of this one is, Dylan, is that you speak to the person, like as you're face to face, we're trying to keep it, as normal as possible. They are obviously hard as hearing, but they then sing what you have just said to them in a mariachi kind of style. So if I go,
wow,
hey, Mr. Dildo Bag, how are you today?
Hey,
they go,
Mr. Dildo,
hey there, Mr. Dildo Bag.
Bag.
Hey, are you, Mr. Dildo Bag? How are you? So then you hear them because they are right in your ears telling you, but you also have a good time. And that's what I'm trying to do with this particular noisy deaf device, is to keep everyone inclusive, but to have a good time at the same time.
That's fair. No.
Pros and cons. What are you thinking about this one? Tell me what you think about it.
Scalability of this, right?
True. And now, do you mean scalability of selling this in mass, or trying to make grown humans tiny to fit on people's shoulders?
No, I actually thought they were lab made.
They were lab made Mexicans. So, they were indeed. Donald Trump hates it.
Allegedly.
Allegedly hates it.
No, I think it was just like not to overpopulate. And how could you have this? Well, again, it's probably not that many people that are so hard of hearing. So I guess it's fine.
Exactly. And when you say overpopulate, these actually are the kind of Mexicans that Donald Trump would like, because you can put them in, allegedly, because you can fit them in far smaller homes.
Is that not why you made all of them like the 5-piece mariachi are all males?
Because they can't procreate. They can try, but my goodness, they would not be able to. So, no, that's just because what Google inspired me to. There's not actually, from what I could find, many female mariachi members, but I don't want to really get into that. It's probably a hot topic in Mexico that we could maybe do in our 4-part series on Roald Dahl, coming soon to you. So, how do you feel about that one? So that one, yes, is a bit. So pros of this one, I think it's very jolly. You've got a mariachi band on each shoulder. You're going to get some nice tunes going. Cons, if you are
remembering names. I think that would be difficult.
Carlos.
1, 2, 3.
No. I'm pretty sure that's the second time we made that joke.
Yeah, I did. But it's funny.
We've done 10 episodes. Listen, welcome to 3 Word Story, where we make the same jokes and Bane references week in, week out. So cons, if you are an NFL player,
you can't call them that. No, they are mariachi.
They're mariachi, so not cons. So the less, what might not work is if you're an NFL player. Obviously, when you go down to the line of scrimmage, you may crush your entire mariachi band on another mariachi band if the person is also hard of hearing. But this is good for the NFL because it's inclusive of people with hard of hearing, because obviously you have the calls from the quarterback, where they're like, ready, hut! And the mariachi band can be, and then, so inclusive, I would say. So how do you feel about that one? You relatively good, relatively bad?
Yeah, I like it.
Really good, noisy death. So, all right, this one should we look at next? Okay, so this one, it could be controversial, could be not. Now, obviously...
No, it's only controversial if I describe it. If you do it,
that's
then
true.
It's better, yeah.
So what I thought of this one, obviously there has been some alleged controversy in the church with choir boys. Okay, so how can we maybe repurpose choir boys to maybe get out the church where the controversy lies? And so I, in this particular one, have attached 2 choir boys to the back of this gentleman that is hard of hearing. And these boys sing at a frequency that allows the hard of hearing to hear. Does that make sense? So if it's hello, dildo, it would be... Sorry, I haven't warmed up my throat. And obviously that frequency would work for this particular person that is hard of hearing.
Yes, yeah, it's like the frequency that breaks the glasses.
Exactly.
Like it's that barrier that
or
it
dogs
breaks
can
through.
hear.
Yeah,
so this could work for dogs of hard hearing as well. Now, so there's 2 little choir boys on this guy's shoulders. Now, pros gets them out of the church, which is good. Cons, if you partnered them accidentally, and this can happen, if you partnered them with a person of hard of hearing who also likes to molest boys, then you're just kind of, taking them from the fire into the bonfire, potentially.
Yes.
Because, people of all shapes and sizes are hard in hearing, and they could be people who enjoy choir boys or not. So I understand a lot of vetting would have to happen. Would have to happen.
Yeah.
Which all of them, I don't want to put a mariachi band with someone who is going to sexually exploit a tiny mariachi band, which could happen. So we would vet all of these. So what do you think about this one? Choir boys on your shoulders singing.
Well, originally I thought Siamese choir boys, like Siamese.
I mean, in this picture, yes. So in this picture here, you see them as Siamese choir boys.
Yeah.
Which I guess I'm then only having to provide one. But Siamese, maybe that's a controversial topic.
I think, probably.
Probably. I mean,
I think we are edging.
I'm not edging. Are you?
Entering. Yeah,
okay. Wait. So you're entering. Okay, you've gone past edging to entering. Okay, so look, Dylan, we're just going to go. This is falling off the wagon quite considerably. So you know what? We're going to go to the next one. That was quite a controversial one, choir boys. So I'm going to move to one.
Yeah, especially because the guy looks very happy and he's got his finger up.
He's got his finger up. What? Can you just...
No,
the audience cannot see these pictures. So
we in South Africa call it a shop. Yeah.
So he's shopping these children is what you're saying.
No, he's not doing that too. He's thumbing up.
He's thumbing up these children.
He's giving a thumbs up.
So it shouldn't have taken that long, but maybe it was for comedic effect. I don't know. But he's giving a thumbs up because these choir boys are singing at a frequency that he can hear of hard of hearing. We're not going to assume that this gentleman is enjoying them out of that kind of pleasure, because that would be wrong.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the next one. This one, I feel...
would have been funny if I said allegedly.
Right.
Anyway,
let's move on, Dylan. Let's move on from that topic. This one, I feel, will be far less... Unless you are an animal activist. This one may harm the animal activists
I love
out there.
whales.
You love whales? Well, tell me how you feel about parrots. So say what you see here. Say what you see.
Right. I see 2 parrots connected to the side of this gentleman's face, so like to the sides of his face,
Yes.
or next to his ears.
Yes.
2 parrots,
Yep.
which I'm not sure what the species would be.
Macaw, maybe? I don't know.
I just know it's not an African grey. That's what I can
Chanel!
tell you. Yeah.
She's an African grey. No, these are red with multicolored wings. I thought I'd go for something vibrant with this one. As I said, I want
South American red.
South American red, maybe. I wanted people to feel pride with this one. Not necessarily that kind of pride, but pride in hard of hearing. So the thought of this one is obviously parrots like to mimic what you say to them, right?
Yes.
So if I go to you, hey, drop that dildo, they would go, drop that dildo, drop that dildo, drop, and they will say it.
Man, you really are taking this home. Like,
Thank you. I'm really passionate at this project that I have for noisy deaf devices. So I really want to pitch it to you, the person who's going to decide which one we're going to put out there. So this one, they're going to repeat it until they can hear it. Okay. So, hey, Mr. Bag, get out the Diddy's party. They'll go, I'm at the park, get out of Diddy's party.
Are you
Get
sure
out of
that
Diddy's party.
won't just fall on deaf ears though?
Oh,
I'm sorry, that one. No, but I'm being serious.
No, hard
though.
of hearing
Like,
is.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
hard of hearing.
I said these are hard of hearing.
Yeah, not to deaf.
Not up to deaf, but these are noisy, up to deaf devices. Hard of hearing is
Very niche.
yeah, very niche. But I felt this one was a bit fun. Again, the animal activist might think, is that cruel to parrots? But I would say, how many jobs are left for parrots after pirates? You know, I don't see any
fair.
Somalian pirates with parrots on their shoulders. Clearly, pirates have moved on from those days, from the peg leg and parrots. I don't know why. Maybe it was cost
They're
of feed.
shitting on the shoulders.
So,
Yeah.
cons of this one, yes. Probably some shitting on the shoulders. Pros, anyone who likes birds will come speak to you, so that is good.
That's fair.
Cons, we do know parrots can be quite sassy and they do pick up on swear words quite a lot. So you may be saying something to these parrots, but the parrots may say something completely different. So you can say, hey man, how are you? And they would go, fuck you. And obviously at this point, the gentleman of hard hearing will have trusted his parrot so much that he will take their word for it. You know? So it could be like, hey, how are you? Cry the fucking wife. And then immediately you're not going to be friends with you anymore because you're going to believe your parrots and they're going to probably isolate you from everyone else. And then I imagine that they will start to financially extort you, as parrots do. So that could be the downside, but if you can tame your parrots, then maybe not. But how do you feel about the parrot hard of hearing listening device?
I'm leaning more so towards the others, though. I'm not
Okay,
sure
so
it's a bad thing.
not so happy with this
Yeah.
one. Okay, all right. Hey, okay, that's fine. I've got a few more for you. Okay,
sure.
so now this one, this is somewhat of an internet phenomenon. Okay, the ladies, as we refer to as Karens. Okay?
Right.
So Karens have quite a negative connotation that, can I speak to your manager? I have a certain kind of haircut. So why not we repurpose them to be telling you very directly what point you want to get across, and they will break through that hard hearing and they will get that point across, no matter who they offend or whatever. So as you can see, and say what you see, Dylan. Say what you see.
Well, I see two what would be Karens
Yeah.
with their mouths open.
Yeah, they're probably making a point.
To the that's probably what they are doing.
Yeah.
To the sides of a man's face, close to the guy's earlobes.
So what my vision was with this one, Dylan, was that people of hard of hearing may not be able to work in customer service kind of roles. Okay. And obviously the people who are going to complain about that are the Karens of the world. So why do we not make a listening device made of Karens, by Karens, so we can get people hard of hearing into the work world and not get a complaint from the Karens because they can hear the language that they're trying to speak to them? What do you think about that?
I think the suicide rate amongst these people might just shoot fucking up. No, in all honesty.
Yeah, okay.
If I had a Karen in my ear,
You wouldn't appreciate that.
I don't think so. No.
Okay, so you're not liking
I
it.
appreciate the fact that yes, Karens are always heard, which I guess achieves the goal of hard hearing
noisy
people.
deaf device.
Yeah,
it's a noisy
but
deaf device.
in all honesty, no, I wouldn't. I'd rather have a parrot in my ear.
You'd rather have a parrot. So this drops down to the bottom. So this is below parrot,
definitely.
and below mariachi band, and below choir boys.
No, actually, I prefer the mariachi band.
What about the choir boys? Would you prefer choir boys on your
I think
head?
It would be,
Would you? So, Dilo, would you like choir boys on your head?
No.
No. Okay. That was very definitive. Now, this one, Dylan. It's only a couple more. Oh, as I said, I've been very busy this week inventing and doing these things.
sure.
So this one, I thought...
You're just selecting what you can put next to your ears. It's like, this one makes noise. And
No, this was science. I've been invented this week. I told you, Dylan, I've been an inventor. And I actually don't even want to show you this one anymore because I feel like you're ridiculing my inventions. But I did this one with you in mind because we all remember the South African Football World Cup.
Yes.
And what was famous... Not the football, but what some people would say was the horrendous noise of the vuvuzela. horns. So as you can see in this device, it's not so much of a device. This is just a group of people with vuvuzelas to kind of shout through their points at you. Now, the pros of this one, they would be very, very loud, as we know. So this one, we have 4 individuals with vuvuzelas, all in South African colours, to make you proud. I thought you would like this one.
Thank you.
Now, the cons is, well, they sound dreadful, Dylan. So I guess my point to you is, what was South Africa thinking? Why did they bring those to the stadiums? Why did they ruin the World Cup? Over to you.
Yeah, ruin is probably a very strong word, but yes, it was definitely a mixed feeling between some supporters. Other people were like, listen, it's a game. It's 90 minutes or like 90 minutes and some change. Yeah. Just relax, enjoy the vibe. Let's kind of go for it. We're all there for a good time.
So that's what they said, and then they immediately would go.
do that. However, the Karens had something else to say about it, so I could just imagine.
So, are you proud of the vuvuzela? Would you be proud of this as a noisy deaf device?
Yes.
You would? Okay,
so, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I don't know really. I just want to put there for some national pride. What would South Africa bring to the noisy deaf devices table? And I thought the vuvuzela was that. The world famous vuvuzela. So that gives your thumbs up of approval.
You know, what I just don't understand is why they have to have the note changes. Like, obviously I understand, but like they don't. And that depends on the person blowing on the vuvuzela, but it's not like it's one of those horns where you blow on and it's like this almost majestic sound. It's not. It's like this. No, not that. I'm gonna try.
Right, go on. And again, go on. You haven't got a vuvuzela in it? Do you not have one in your bag?
No.
I thought you would. I thought you just
why?
Because you're South African.
No, I'd have an actual vuvuzela in my bag, not the
impersonate. Yeah. I'm not
of
asking you,
fucking
do you
one.
have an impersonation in your bag?
No, do I have a vuvuzela?
mime
Yes,
bag,
I actually do have one.
Yeah, and
Let me
here
just
it is.
quickly go get it.
And he's just pulling it out of his ass. So no vuvuzela. Okay, right. So some national pride. You like that one? Good. I have 2 more for you. Dylan.
I only have 8 more.
No, I said I've been very, very busy. Now, this one, pros and cons of this one are plentiful. So again, say what you see with this one. Do you know who this person is?
Is this Andre Bocelli?
Nearly. Pavarotti.
Pavarotti.
I think they were friends. I think they were the 3 tenors. So
I see.
Pavarotti, a classical singer, cloned, and obviously would put your point across through the medium of opera classical singing. You know, so
Pavarotti. How did I miss that?
Mr. Dylan, will you please put down your dildos in the P. Diddy party? So that's what it would sound like from him. Now, pros, you'd look very fancy. You'd look very fancy having 2 Pavarottis on your shoulders. Cons, I'm pretty sure he's dead. So we'd need to get an impersonator, probably, or maybe some kind of cloning machine, but I wouldn't know where to get his tissue from. You know, so there's the pros and cons there. How do you feel about that? How do you feel like a Pavarotti on the shoulder? How would that treat you?
No, honestly, yeah. No, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Like his music. Obviously not the fact that I couldn't place him.
But you had the same kind of vibe.
I had the same vibe, but having that in my ears and to get a point across in
Pavarotti
someone
tones?
that could, at that particular voice note, sure.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Okay.
Like I said, I mean, logistics might be a bit of an issue, but in all honesty, I'd go with this.
Okay, so Pavarotti on shoulders we like. So final one, Dylan. Now, the scourge of Africa. Disease spreading. Disgusting little vermin. And no, Dildo, I'm not talking about you and your love life in South Africa. I'm talking, of course, the loudest in-ear insect in the world, the mosquito. So, in this one, Dylan, what I have done, this took me a couple of hours to do, I genetically modified 2 mosquito and perched them on this guy's shoulders, as you can see in the picture. Now, as I'm sure you would have had many, many times, when a mosquito gets close to your ear, it is, of course, the loudest thing on the known universe. You know, and it would just be. I bet you felt it. Now,
yes.
Imagine 2 of those who could speak English on your shoulder, and they have like those snouty things, so they could get them right in your ear of hard of hearing.
Snousy things.
So what do you feel about that? So 2 large genetically modified mosquitoes on the shoulders.
I cannot even bear this. This would be at the bottom of my list. Like
this is so you would rather have choir boys with you at all times.
In all honesty, yes.
Okay, well, you heard it here
things. Yeah. Well, there was a 2-week period where I didn't have any mosquitoes in my room because I slashed one of the peaceful sleep canisters, and it ended up like spraying my whole room full of
and poisoning you, so you slept for 2 weeks, and then you pissed yourself.
No need to bring that up.
No, sorry. Old news. So those are all my noisy deaf devices. Now, Dylan, going back, give me a top 3. So what? So mosquitoes and what? Choir boys? Are they definitely down at the bottom?
Yes, I think top 3 would. I think firstly, I would go with Pavarotti.
Pavarotti? Okay.
I don't know. No, the fact that he is in his larger form, like in terms
would probably
of
hurt your back.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Probably,
okay.
So I'd rather first mariachi.
Yes.
Mariachi. Then I'd probably go Pavarotti, and then oh fuck, hold on. There's
So and the speakers.
Music.
There's the speakers guy as well. Okay.
No, so then so then I'd go speakers guy second, mariachi first. Sorry, I'm working out of order here, and then I'd probably go Pavarotti.
Okay, fine. Well, thank you very much, Dylan. As I put in a lot of work over the week. I've been inventing, been manufacturing, I've been genetically altering. It's been a busy few hours for me, surely, to do all that. But hey, anything for the podcast. So obviously, I did my photo. Obviously, I couldn't have them here in person. Having a parrot and Pavarotti, and a mosquito and a vuvuzela band and a mariachi band and some speakers and Karens all in the same room would have been chaos and pandemonium. We quite frankly don't have enough microphones.
Yeah, and we can hear.
And we can hear. Yeah. Exactly. Our hearing's fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't mean to brag.
It sounded very braggy. Said the guy who can't get his penis out of his shorts to have a piss. But
I was 10. Still.
I'm still 10. Oh fuck. Wow. What a way to end this one. Thank you very fuck's sake.
Wonderful.
Right.
I am so happy you actually walked into that one.
1-1. So 1-1, Dylan. Thank God we can edit this. No one will ever know. But we won't. So thank you very much, everyone. Fucking boiling in here, isn't it? Thank you very much, everyone, for listening to this controversial episode of 3-Word Story, where Dylan has gone deep down into the potential stories and seer level of Roald Dahl and his book BFG, and my spectacular innovative devices for the noisy deaf devices. It's been fantastic. Thank you very much. Join us next week when fuck knows what we'll talk about. But we'll be here on 3 Words